Latrobe Valley is turning it on. We are so lucky to be here at the Sister Cities Festival, where we get a little bit of Japanese and Chinese culture into the Latrobe Valley. Now I'm going to do a very common Chinese recipe, eggplant in garlic sauce. Now, of course, I'm going to put my little nutritionist spin on it, but you will use this time and time again with friends, families, as a wonderful, easy side dish, or even for veggies, could be a bit of a main if you whipped it up. So I've got these gorgeous local eggplants, and I'm going to try to use this produce where I can. And it starts easily with just some nice thick slices. Now, a bit of a trick to make sure that we don't have any excess liquid that can go in the pan is when you make your nice thick slices, just put a bit of sea salt over them on both sides and let them sit on a bit of kitchen towel for about 30 minutes. That will ideally just drain everything out. So what I'm going to do is just do a couple. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm hungry now and I want to eat it straight away. So we have a few slices there. Of course, you can do as many as you need to feed. Now, I'm just going to cook that on a kind of a simmer, just to cook it all the way through, as we have done quite thick slices, for about 8 to 10 minutes. So I'll let that just sit there. A little bit of beautiful extra virgin olive oil. And we want to cook both sides until they kind of cook through. And then we add the sauce last. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of my favorite, a bit of tofu here as well. And I'm just going to simply cube this up because I just want to add a bit of plant-based protein. And the great thing about tofu is it's full of it. So just nice little cubes. And this can turn something that seems to be like a side into a bit of a main meal. So we'll just chop it like that. Now, of course, you can use tempeh, and you can also use pork, beef, chicken, whatever kind of meat that you want there as well. Now, just plop the tofu in wherever it can. And of course, it will be nothing without that garlic sauce. So let's get on to making that. Now, my trusty microplane, one of my favorite things, so it just brings out all the flavor and all the nutritional profile. So I have a little bit of ginger, just to add to the medicinal properties in there. And then, of course, some lovely garlic. So it really is the natural superfood of the ground. So we've got our antifungal, antibacterial, anti-everything. So we want to put garlic in as much as possible. If you don't have a microplane at home, of course, just finely chop the garlic as much as you possibly can. Oh, I can smell it all coming out right now. Now I have a jar. Of course, you can do this in a bowl as well, but it's nice to cut corners where you can and cut washing up. So plop that ginger and garlic in there. And now we just want a couple of tablespoons of light soy sauce. And I always think it's nice then to just switch it up and have a little bit of dark as well. Two really quite different flavors to give it that beautiful, iconic Chinese flavor. And I'm just going to sweeten things up a little bit with coconut sugar. Now, you can use caster sugar and things like that, but I'm a nutritionist, so I'm going to try to get a few other things in there when I can. It is a little bit lower GI, meaning that we just keeps our blood sugar levels a little bit more level. So what we can do, plop the lid on, shaky, shaky, shaky. Just check now on our eggplant. So that's cooked nicely through into the eggplant. So now we just need to kind of flash fry it with all that gorgeous flavor. So in go my jar ingredients. Oh, all over the tofu, all over that lovely eggplant. The smell, unbelievable. You can really smell the garlic actually. What we want to do, make sure that's all covered. Put it on a nice low heat for about 3 to 5 minutes. Make sure everything just kind of soaks up but doesn't caramelize. We have got a little bit of sugar in there, and that'll be absolutely ready to serve. I can't even tell you how good that smells. It actually feels like a really medicinal food, which is wonderful. And the whole point of learning about new cuisine and culture is absolutely divine. So we'll just get those lovely eggplants that have wilted down gorgeously, really quite caramelized as well. So if someone really isn't a fan of eggplant, this is a great first dish to try with them. Some of those lovely tofu cubes. I know Richo will be hitting himself that he missed out on this one. All there is to do now is have a bit of a taste. Let's get some of that tofu. You can actually taste the difference of the light and the dark soy in there as well. It's a real taste of China in Latrobe Valley. Brilliant.